This is PNN, the Panda News Network.
This is PNN, your monthly review of monthly bullshit news, sport, and entertainment. So obviously we're going into August's news, and with a few months away in America of the voting, we're still sticking with Kamala Harris or Kamala Harris or Kamala Harris, however you want to call her name now, because apparently if you say your name wrong, you're racist. So sorry for you, if your name is Sharon or Sharon, and people get names wrong all the time, so we must all be racist somewhere along the line. So we're sticking with her and Donald Trump. And in August, she's now plagiarizing Donald Trump, basically saying exactly what he's been saying, and is now flip-flopping between her campaign and her ideas of what she wants to run in the campaign. So as an example, she was heavily with fracking when she first started running for president a long time ago, back in 2019. And then in 2020, when she became the vice president, she stated in an interview that they would not be stopping the fracking, and that was Joe Biden's idea, that not her idea, that was Joe Biden's idea. And when they've interviewed her now, she's basically said, no, it was her stance in 2020 that she will not stop fracking, but that wasn't her stance, it was Joe Biden's stance. So everything, the border wall, because you know that she's in charge of the border, and we know that record amounts of people have come through in her term, which was 10.4 million in a year, something like that. Okay, it was ridiculous. Where in Donald Trump's time, it was like 2.4 million in a year. So it actually went up 10 times. Right now, all of a sudden, because now she was against it. So when they came in, her and Joe Biden, they basically said no. They pulled the wall down and they sold it off for bits, so it could never happen again. They would never build a wall. But now she's telling the people, no, she wants to build a wall. She's got pictures of Donald Trump's wall up. So she wants to build a wall. So
really?
Yeah, this chick is dwarf, dude. I promise you. And the problem is a lot of American people are falling for it. They're falling for her bullshit. So when she's on campaign now, when she's talking, if she goes to like a white community, then she speaks normally. When she goes to a black community, then she speaks with an accent. My grand used to do that. My grand used to do that when she was talking to different people. She'd like change her accent all the time. And I said to her, "What the hell are you doing? Just speak normally." And that's normal.
Even my dad's my friend is my friend's dad. I was with him the other day, and like the same thing. He just puts on this accent when he's talking to someone. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you putting on black accents? He's like, oh shit, I didn't even doing it.
Yeah, but you see, that's the problem. They don't know. It's like almost unconsciously. And she's obviously doing that now as well. So she's obviously trying to get the votes there. And now, they had an interview with her towards the end of the month. And it was an hour-long interview with CNN. Now, CNN is very biased with her. They are so with her, it's unbelievable, dude. They like licking her ass one way. So, they are trying to get her to look like the best thing since sliced bread. But every time she comes on there or she talks to them, it just goes fucking south, dude. So there was an interview that she had for the first time since she came on. Okay, for this.
Yeah, because didn't she stop doing interviews? I heard that she wasn't even doing interviews.
No, she wasn't, because she's too scared. She's scared to be asked questions that she doesn't know how to answer. So
no, I mean, she used to be like a prosecutor. So like, I mean,
well, she was prosecuting people, but then she was also there was a lot of stuff with that where she was allowing the people that were coming across the border, people that were smuggling people across the border, she would let them go. If kids came along with the border, no, they could stay. So she's very she actually doesn't know what she's doing, but seriously. And it was also under her and Biden's administration, you must remember, that America pulled out of Afghanistan. And do you remember that whole debacle? How many people were killed? The airports, the Afghans were killed by the incoming party that was taking over then. I think 13 Americans were killed at that time as well. So they made a botch of that whole pull-up, dude. It was terrible, and that was under her. That was her decision. So now the whole thing is, I mean, she's making all these things, and I know how better the country's got to be now with her in charge, and she's going to change this and change that, and she's going to change
she didn't even get elected with a country that's supposed to be like the freest in the world, with the big like that you know like that is supposed to be known for democracy and freedom and all of that. They didn't even vote her in. She was just like put in power.
Yeah, exactly. She was put in, but I think the whole idea about that is she's a puppet, dude. She's just got to be the face. There's people behind her that are running the country, and you can see the agendas that they're already pushing towards for the country, and it's bad. Look, it's what's coming is not good. And the problem is she's now got this debate coming, okay, with Donald Trump. I think it's on the 10th. It's next week, Monday.
The funnest thing ever to watch.
Okay. I don't think I'd want to watch it because I think it'd just annoy me. But the thing is, they're on CNN. They are on CNN. It's biased towards her. They've already come up with the rules on what they want for the debate. Okay. But now they want to change the rules so it benefits her. So she wants to have notes so she can like a crib sheet where she can read off. And then she wants them to
why don't they just put a robot there?
Eh?
So why don't they just put a chat GTP robot there?
Well, you know what? They actually in the interview that she had now on CNN, that she had her second in charge with her, or Walls, the guy that pretended he was some military guy and he went to war with all these weapons. In the meantime, they found out he's actually never been to war at all, ever. He spent like 25 years in the
Granny's his mother's basement.
He's like never carried weapons to war at all. So now he's getting taken apart for that as well. So I don't know. And then people are saying, no, it's a close race. I can't see it being a close race. From what I've been seeing, it's like,
because like, I Google all the time, like who's winning, and it always says Kamala Harris is winning.
Can't be,
like,
never.
And I'm just thinking like, well, I don't know, because what I've seen about her doesn't look like, I mean, if it doesn't seem like any intelligent person would be voting for somebody like that. But
what exactly?
I don't know, but like, obviously with our algorithms, we get dealt what we want to see. But the thing is, when I Google who's winning, she's always winning, even though what I'm being.
But it's not the case. I mean, if you listen to what's going on and you're seeing the people at the rallies, and there's like a little bit small amounts of people at rallies, there's no way. Donald Trump is like way ahead.
There's pictures of like a crowd, and then the heads get smaller and smaller, and then there's even people it's even replicated, like there's
like AI.
people. So like AI's like made a background to make a crowd look. Have you seen pictures? But the thing is, I don't know, like if that's like propaganda coming from the other opposite side or not, because like
it's probably propaganda. But the thing is, she's heavily pro-abortion. So you could abort right up to when you have the child. I mean, if you have the child, you can actually take it out. It's come out. You don't want it, you can kill it. So for me, dude,
10 years time, they're going to be like, okay, well, when the child's about 5, then you can also abort it, or maybe like 10. Every year it'll probably go up with them until like, your kid's like 20 years old, you can still kill it.
It's actually ridiculous. You remember the movie The Purge? That's probably coming in sometime soon. Because, dude, this is absolutely ridiculous the way this is.
Bill Gates is probably going to run that whole Bill Gates and the the Economic World Forum. They're going to have a purge night. That's probably like predicting the future of what's going to happen in the year 2025 with the World Economic Forum is making a big announcement in 2025, like of their goals. That's the purge. They're going to bring the purge out.
I think so. Somebody was actually talking about that.
That's probably with the oh my gosh, if we say the word, it's probably gonna get taken down. But you know what I'm saying? The thing.
Yeah.
The button, he's gonna push it in 2025, and like all of us that got it, like especially the double and triple vax, we just dropping down dead. Like there's a button they push like every year, and it wipes out maybe like, and it makes it look like cancer or heart attacks or whatever. But like that's how they've tuned it, I reckon.
Well, maybe they want all the immigrants in so they can have like 10 million a year coming in so they can start the purge and they can just shoot anybody. They give the order and all the immigrants that have come in previously are all going to get shot. I don't know, dude. Maybe that's their plan. The plan is to get as many in as possible and then start the purge. But you never know. Did you actually realize, did you know that's, I didn't know this, the Democratic Party and the Liberal Party, they actually derive from North and South, from the actual war. Do you remember the war between the North and South?
Yes, yeah, the Civil War in with the Confederate flag and the
Yes, it's still, that is still what's going on. I didn't know that. I had no clue that this is actually still the thing. That's why the Democrats and the liberals and the conservatives, it's the same. It's the same war that's been going on, but now they're not shooting. Now it's in politics. And then obviously, we'll cross the seas a little bit for August as well. We had the riots going on in the UK. I don't know if you heard that story. 3 girls were killed in the UK, and then all of a sudden, somebody had posted on one of the I don't know if it was Instagram or one of those things, but he posted that it was an illegal immigrant that came over with a ship that killed these 3 girls, and then yes, this freaking havoc, havoc in the UK, dude. I think 1,000 people have been arrested already so far. 1,000 people, dude, have been arrested for this, and the Oaks are like burning mosques. Say, hey, it was quite a.
Yeah, how's that church in France burning? Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, this church in France burnt down. It's quite a big one.
Okay. Well, talking about France, we actually got to head there now. We got to talk about the Olympics, and obviously they had you obviously know the whole start off with the Olympics, and then there was a whole thing about the 2 boxes that had the XY chromosomes, and they were considered with XY chromosomes with a over testosterone. They had a lot of testosterone. They fought against women, and they basically fucked the woman up like badly. So, and they won the gold medals. Both of them won gold medals. So it's like, and they allowed it. They allowed it. So you know,
If I was a woman, I would be in protest about that. It's just so disrespectful to women. I mean, because obviously all the transgenders won all the women's races.
yeah.
Or all the competitions. Like they probably fuck, but I mean, fighting is the worst because you're actually fucking a woman up. Like it's a dude fucking a woman up. I mean, that should be banned.
It should be, but these guys are allowing it. So it's that for me is and they say, oh no, but you can't prove it. So then do the test and then show everybody that this is the case. Do the test there when they had already accused them and said, this is the story, this is what happened. They should have taken them straight away for a test, come back and said, you know what, we've done the test. No, it's false. Or actually, yes, we're banning them. Because remember the RBA banned them. The RBA banned those boxes because they were men, according to the RBA. But now these guys, they don't take what the RBA say because the RBA is run by the Russians. So they're like, no, we're not believing what the Russians say.
It's so funny. Me and my mate, we were actually going to make this movie. Like we were going to start writing the script, and we had like all of the beats down and everything. But it was about this professional like MMA fighter, like the UFC, and obviously he was losing, and he couldn't like get up competitively. So like, and he was like down and out, and he didn't have any money or whatever. So he thought, fuck, if he just dresses like a woman and he starts fighting in the women's thing, and he like takes the steroid, like all the women's things and that, then he could like really win the matches, and like he could, you know, become famous and like and get out of debt and everything. So then he starts like, you know, having a sex change just to turn his life around, and starts like fucking up these women and saying he's a transvestite. You know, so
yeah, but that's like, but that's exactly what's happening, dude. Anyway, so back in the Olympics now, they've obviously got the Paralympics going. There's a couple of transgenders in the Paralympics as well, also winning their stuff. So I don't know. It's
why don't they just have a races for their own? Like there should be like a race.
They don't want that because they're saying they identify as a woman, and that's what it is. They must be classified as such.
And just have a race for fucking them. They can race each other.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think a lot of people were saying, and even women were saying. But anyway,
I was a
and then I don't know if you heard about we'll chat about it now because it happened last month. But they had the Australian break dancer Ray Gunn.
yeah, jeez, I saw that. That was fucking hilarious, man.
And apparently she is the best that Australia have to offer. I'm like, what? Dude, I could have done better. I'm like freaking 52. Eh? I could have
She was
trained
just
for 2 weeks and I would have been at the Olympics. If I could have known that, I would have been there, but I would have represented South Africa.
exactly, dude. Like she looked like a fish that just took acid and was on land, and she's just flapping about there. Like, have you seen all the memes of like they show like a dog like fucking flapping around like a dog like itching its balls and like like scratching its back on the grass, and then it cuts to her doing like the same thing. Did you see that? It's like me.
I've seen it with a kangaroo because I mean she jumps around like a kangaroo. So I saw the ones with the memes of the kangaroo. Then I saw the one with the mop where they're busy mopping a floor and she's like busy, she's on the floor. Dude, yeah, I saw that and I just thought, you know that she got 0 points. Zero.
She got points.
She got 0. She is now considered the worst Olympian in history.
Shame. I actually feel sorry for it. Why did they send it to the fucking Olympics?
Because she won in Australia, dude. That's how good they rate. That's how good they are in Australia. They've got like lots of talent in Australia, dude.
But there must be a board that's like analyzes who's coming to the Olympics and goes like, guys, like, let's just like, you're good at cricket and rugby and shit, but just the breakdancing, just cut it out. Just buy some didgeridoos or fucking whatever you want to do, but just because like, did you see that one movie with the one not movie, the one video of I think it's a guy from Cameroon or something, and he was in the Olympics for swimming.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
Yeah, he came last.
No, but lost by like, I mean, the guys had to get up and went and had a cup of coffee and fucking they all got dry. They were already like all suited up back in their normal clothes, ready to
They're really
leave.
getting their medals.
Out of there. And then that guy came dragging in there. I think the sweepers started coming in to clean up the place, and he was still fucking paddling a doggy paddle, I think, and everyone was, it was a call race. And did you see that video?
I did.
I did. I mean, but that's like shame. I mean, that poor guy, like that's like so humiliating. There needs to be a panel that says, okay, like they check the skills and then they cut it off. Like unless somebody got paid a lot of money, like a bribe to get that.
Yeah, you should have a certain time limit where they say to you, look, you've got to be able to do the 100 meters in, I don't know, however long, 45 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever. You can't, if you do it more than, if you can't qualify with that time, you don't qualify.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's the same as the breakdancing. And they actually had a panel from overseas that went and judged her, and apparently they all thought she was good. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're on acid. I don't know, dude. Maybe they were seeing something else that no one else saw. We're still trying to figure that out.
I seriously thought like a paramedic was gonna run on there and give her like fucking medicine for like what is that disorder where epileptic like pills or something.
Do you know when I first saw that picture, because I saw her doing that, that where she's like holding her foot and she's got her hand out there. I honestly, when I saw the picture, I swear to God, I thought it was a woman cricketer that had caught the ball and she was like doing like a, like she was so excited that she caught the ball that she was like in a pose. I swear to God, I thought it was a woman cricketer. I did.
Oh, she was wearing like cricket clothes. It looks like she
was. That's why when I saw the picture, I thought, I didn't know Australia had a lady cricket team in the thing. But anyway, and then I found out it was actually breakdancing. That was not bad, actually. And then we move on to we're going to be moving on to our entertainment for the month, and we're going to head off for the last time to the Acolyte. This was the Star Wars series. It was actually was the lowest rated Star Wars series ever to hit the screens. These guys, the people that were acting in there, actually were so shocked that there's not a season 2. It's actually been cancelled. Thank small mercies that it's been cancelled. But now the thing is, what they've been doing is they were trying to do signatures. You know what I mean? They were trying to do get people to sign on and boost it so that they could get the season 2. Okay. But in order to do something like that, you would probably need to get about 20, 30 million signatures.
But what they want a signature instead of a viewing?
No, no,
I don't
no.
get
So
it.
they wanted a petition. They got a petition out, and they wanted people to sign this petition. But in order to get enough of people to sign, you would need about 20 to 30 to 40 million signatures. Okay. They got 60,000. Okay.
But, like, I don't
Shows you
understand.
how many people actually watched the freaking series, dude.
The
Okay.
movie tanked, so no one watched it. So then they wanted to try and get people to sign.
Yes. To get it back.
But I don't,
But that
but
failed.
that's
So what they did is they went against
stupid, because, like, the proof is in the pudding. If no one's watching the thing, how do you think a signature is going to
But
prove anything?
that's logic. So now what they're doing is they're going against the fans. They're saying it's toxic fans, because there's guys like Nerdrotic and RK and these guys that have got their channels that go and they say this is a shit show and this, that, and next thing, and people are not watching it because of them. So they tried to cancel them, and they were giving they were attacking the fans constantly. I mean, the main actress of that show actually released like a video where she was actually taunting the audience. She was basically saying how shit the audience is, and all scared of women and black women and whatever. And they basically said at the beginning, if you don't like it, don't watch it. So no one watched it, and it got cancelled. Now they're pissed off. so that, again, logic. You haven't seen it. You know, if you don't have views, it's not coming back, dude. They got 18% audience score.
Oh my gosh.
18%, dude. That's like one of the lowest scores ever.
Craziness just stopped when people just realize, like, actually, like, there's such a small minority of wanting us to all be a certain way, and then, like, but they're running the world. Like,
Yeah. And they don't like it, because we don't agree with it. They don't like it. So now that we are called bigots and all sorts of, and we're racist and that, because it was the cuckest show I've seen. I watched 3 episodes, dude. I gave it a chance. I saw the first 2. I thought, no, fuck, this is cuck. And then I thought, okay, let me give it the 3rd episode, because normally from the 3rd episode in, things start to happen, and it's, it starts to pick up pace. It was shit. And the first 2 episodes that they released got 422 million views, because obviously people were excited to see what was coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People were excited to see what's the Star Wars. And by the time it reached its final episode on the 8th episode, it was the final episode. And it actually dropped off so far off the scale, okay, that it didn't even come in the top 10 on Netflix, dude. It was like so far off the scale. Maybe.
It's so funny. Like, I mean, the people don't learn. I mean, like, if they see that that it's not working, I mean, what's the point of doing that?
They're putting out okay. Anyway, let's talk about another movie that's currently got the highest. So it's only the trailer that's come out. The movie's only getting released next year, maybe. All right. The trailer's come out. It's got the highest dislike trailer in history.
Well, that's pretty good marketing, though, because, like, I want to see that. I want to see the
That's
shit.
1 million dislikes. 1 million, dude. It's over 1 million. It's never before happened in history. And it's the new Snow White. It's the new Snow White that's coming.
So did they go send out people to sign a petition to say they like it after?
No, well, it hasn't come out yet. So it's
But
only
I mean, the trailer, like, please sign this form to say you like the trailer.
Yeah.
Even though everyone hated it.
Yeah, but it's dude, it is DEI. So it's all this DEI inclusion thing. Snow White looks like, I don't know who did the makeup in Snow White, but the evil queen looks hot. Snow White is not. Okay, so it's supposed to be reverse. Okay, and the other side, you're supposed to have Snow White. The skin is Snow White, and she's got dark hair, and she's stunning. The queen is like not so stunning, but on this side, it's completely different, dude. Snow White is not a looker at all, dude. The queen is hot. Now, the queen obviously has been played by Gal Gadot. You know, that Israeli lady, the one that's Wonder Woman.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She is a stunning lady. But sorry for Snow White. Now everybody is just bombing her because she's not a white lady either. She's Mexican. Okay, well, she's of Mexico. I think it's Mexican descent, but she's Rachel Zegler. And I already said, but how does Snow White? How does she fit in with Snow White? She's not. Her skin is not Snow White. How does that work? So now all the dislikes are coming because of that. Because what these guys, what Disney keep doing, is they keep taking like the Little Mermaid. Okay, they now race swap the Little Mermaid for the new generation. So I was chatting to someone today, and I said to him, "Do you know what I think the problem is? It is the fact, when we were growing up, we were playing outside, we would pick up a stick, and my brother would pick up a stick and we'd sword fight, and we'd have our own imaginary sort of battles. And I was with this kingdom and you were with that kingdom, and our imagination was going one way, dude. We had imagination which way you could believe. And this is why you had people like Tolkien and Sanderson and all these guys that were writing fantastic books. Even Joe, what's his name, Martin, the guy that did the Game of Thrones stuff. The imagination was there. It was fantastic because they could come up with great stories. The problem with today, the writers, there's no imagination because the people don't have an imagination. All they've been doing is they've been on their iPhones and cell phones and stuff since the late 90s, which is all the kids of today. And all they're doing is they're just regenerating stuff because they don't know how to write new stuff. So it would have been very easy to take a Little Mermaid type of idea, create a completely new character with a completely new story and a complete different adventure, and you run with it. And that would have worked well, dude. It's the same as Snow White. You don't have to call it something. You could have called it something completely different. Lady in Rags, whatever. You could have made a completely different story with a completely different thing. Take the dwarves out, because apparently that's also now a whole big racist thing now, because if you've got dwarves in, it's you can't call them dwarves anymore. You've got to call them little people. So, this world is just becoming totally stuffed. You know what I mean?
It's so funny because like I watched that Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson interview, like the latest one of them. And it's always funny because I kept on hearing like the left's being called communist and Marxism, and I always was thinking like, how could it be communist and Marxism? I didn't really get it, but he explained it so well on that, and so well in that. He was saying that it's becoming, they've taken everything and they've made an oppressor, the oppressee and the oppressor out of everything. So like I mean, I read that book, the Marx's book of Karl Marx, where he was the bourgeoisie and the peasants, and then he said like they're the oppressors, and the bourgeoisie are the oppressors, and the peasants are the middle class are the ones that are being oppressed. And like now the lefts have done that with everything. Like tall people are oppressing the short people, the whatever color you are, you're oppressing the other color. If you smarter than the smarter people are oppressing the dumb people. So like every single thing in our whole existence has become the oppressor versus the oppressee, like the oppressed. And it's ridiculous. It's just like, let's just embrace our differences, because everything's going to be different, and stop making it like this huge fucking thing that everyone has to be above and someone below. You know what I mean? They've just taken it so fucking insane. And then it made sense to me. Okay, now they're just totally Marxist views,
So there's a guy that you must actually listen to. His name's Matt Walsh. He's got a podcast on. He belongs to Daily Wired. They've got a whole group there, Daily Wired, which I listen to very often. They're fantastic guys and girls there. And there's a movie coming out now. I think it's on the 13th. It's called Am I Racist? So he goes undercover to these places. And dude, you must hear some of the stuff that comes out. Where in America, they've actually got groups of people that meet, white people, white guys. They go and they sit down and they start talking about how to become less racist and why they're so racist. And if you think this, you're racist. And if you think that, you're so they've got somebody that keeps telling them, you fucking racist. If you think that, you're racist. If you think this, you're racist, you're racist, you're racist. So the poor oaks in America, all these guys, they are saying, no one wants to be white. They're all like, they're saying, nah, I don't want to be white. We're fucking racist as we white. I'm thinking to myself, dudes, you were born as a white oak. Accept that you're a white oak. Live your life. stop blaming everybody else and stop thinking you're less than everybody else, because you're not less than everybody else. Everybody has equal opportunity and everybody has equal rights. Stop thinking that you're less than everybody else. Stop thinking you're above everybody. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's, and luckily it hasn't come to South Africa yet, because I'm worried.
That just causes,
coming.
causes more separation, you know, when we're trying to all get along and be like together, that just causes just,
but listen to this, listen to this. So one of the things is, Matt Walsh asked a guy and says, you know, but I don't consider myself racist. The guy says, no, but you are. He says, but I don't see color. He says, no, but then you're taking away from the black guy's experience as a black man. So he says, so and how do I win? So either I don't see a color, or I see a color, you call me a racist because I see a color. I don't see a color, you still call me a racist because I'm not taking away from this Oak's experience as a black guy. So how do you win? You don't. So we've got to get over this very quickly. Well, that's why I said, thankfully, we're living where we are because we don't have this shit. All right. But anyway, moving on from there, I went and saw a fantastic movie, which is out now. That's Alien Romulus. That was the new release of the Alien movie. That was absolutely fantastic. Okay, look, compared to the shit that's been coming out recently, it's fantastic. Okay.
Was the lead trans?
No, it was none of that shit.
Trans woman with color in a wheelchair.
No, none of that stuff. With WD-40 on the spray.
The wheelchair was creaky.
No, so no, it was all look, again, it was that there was a white guy, the token white guy that dies now. Remember in the old movies, the black oak used to die first, like back in the so this was the black guy that used to die first. Now it's the white guy. So now obviously there's a white guy there, but he's the oak that dies first. You know what I mean? So but barring that, it was a good movie, dude. I mean, the graphics were good, the storyline was good. They could have shown a little bit more of the actual alien itself. Because the xenomorph, which is the alien, you don't get to see that a lot in the movie. It's more about these people trying to get out and the stupid shit that they do while they're in the movie. But the movie itself, you know what, I would give it a 7 out of 10. It was actually worth the watch, even though it's, you know what I mean, I don't mind as long as it's a good story. I don't care who acts in it. You can be the black lead, you can be a girl lead. I don't mind. If the story is a good story, I'm there for you. I'll watch
it. Trans woman of color in a wheelchair with no legs and arms.
I probably wouldn't watch.
Really? Come on, leave that. Now you're just a bigot.
No.
And she couldn't talk either.
No, that's just, you draw a line, and that's I don't want to cross that line. Anyway, yeah, that's it for us. That's it for tonight, guys. Thank you very much for listening to PNN, and we'll be back next month for this month's bullshit news from the Panderverse. So we'll see you then, guys. Cheers, Will.
Hey, cheers, Lee.